Welcome to Concrete Reality TV, where we strive to know more and do more with what we know. Today, we're going to talk about the silent case of Lloyd Gaines. Most people think that the first court case to challenge segregation in education was in 1954 under the Brown versus the Board of Education in Topeka, Kansas, in which the justices ruled unanimously that the racial segregation of children in public schools was unconstitutional. But in fact, it was not the first challenge to the U.S. system of exclusion. One of the first equal education rights cases that was tried by the U.S. Supreme Court was Lloyd Gaines versus Canada in 1938. So who was Lloyd Gaines? Let's investigate. Lloyd Gaines was a Negro that had recently graduated from Lincoln University, a public university specifically for Black students in 1935. Because Lincoln University did not have a law school, he applied to the University of Missouri Law School. He was refused admission and told that admitting him would be contrary to Missouri state constitution, laws, and public policy. Gaines argued that this denial of admission violated his 14th Amendment rights under the Equal Protections Clause and sued to force the Board of Regents to admit him. The Circuit Court denied his petitions, and the Supreme Court of Missouri affirmed. The registrar at the Law School of the University of Missouri, Silas Woodson, Canada, refused admission to Lloyd Gaines because he was a Negro. At the time, Blacks could attend no law school specifically in the state of Missouri. Gaines cited that the refusal violated the 14th Amendment Equal Protections Clause by not at least having a separate Negro law school available under the separate but equal Supreme Court ruling of Plessy versus Ferguson in 1896. The state of Missouri had offered to pay for Gaines's tuition at an adjacent state's law school that did accept colored students, which Gaines turned down. Gaines, assisted by the NAACP, sued the all-white University of Missouri in 1935. The issue was whether Missouri violated the Equal Protections Clause of the 14th Amendment by affording whites, not Negroes, the ability to attend law school within the state. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Gaines and required the state of Missouri to either allow Lloyd Gaines to attend the University of Missouri School of Law or create another law school that would provide the same education for him. In response, the University of Missouri chose to do the right thing.
I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
Which was to build an entirely separate but equal Negro law school campus. So the decision did not quite strike down separate but equal facilities in the U.S., but instead, it provided that if there was only one school, students of all races could be admitted. The decision struck down segregation by exclusion if the state government provided just one school, making the decision in this case a precursor to Brown versus Board of Education that would be heard later in 1954. 3 months after the ruling, Lloyd Gaines left his apartment to buy some postage stamps. He was never seen again. Despite the initial victory claimed by the NAACP after the Supreme Court had ruled in Gaines's favor and ordered the Missouri Supreme Court to reconsider the case, Gaines was nowhere to be found. No one knows what happened to Lloyd Lionel Gaines. He was last seen in Chicago on March 19, 1939.